An old broom swept away dust and melted a millionaire's icy heart. Hey, Soul and Love Stories fans, is your heart blazing with love or still dusty with loneliness? Hit like if you believe romance can spark from a floor scrub. Share this video to spread the vibes and drop a heart in the comments to wake your soul with sweet feels. Subscribe now. Let's hit 1,000 subs. Every sub, every like is a shining star, reminding you love's always here, no matter who you are or where you're at. Wishing you joy, health, and someone to sweep away your blues. Comment your thoughts. Are you ready to fall in love yet? I never thought a $2 broom from the corner store would sweep me into a $1 million mansion and nearly land me in the police station. But you know what? Life's like a Red Sox game sometimes. You think you're down for the count? Then bam, a grand slam. And me, Lena Carter, I stumbled into a love story I wouldn't have dared to dream up. Lena Carter, 26, wasn't the type you'd spot on a Vogue cover. She was a lovable mess from a small Boston suburb, with wild curls like a windblown tumbleweed, a faded Red Sox tee, and sneakers so worn they dated back to high school. She waitressed at Bean and Brew, a coffee shop where she knew every regular's milk preference by heart. Lena's life revolved around caring for her Grandma May, the woman who taught her a good broom can sweep away sadness, until May passed, leaving her a tiny house and a heart full of love. That day, the sky was so clear it looked Windex wiped. Lena strolled past the grand house at the end of Elm Street, a dusty giant like it was begging for life. Mrs. Eleanor Wilkins stood out front, hands on hips, grumbling about no one cleaning this mess. Lena, with her inherited soft spot, piped up, "Ma'am, I'll help. No charge. Think of it as my weekend workout." Mrs. Wilkins grinned, eyes twinkling. "Sweet girl, come in, but watch the antique vase in the living room." Lena charged in, broom as her weapon, a bandana as her headband, and started singing. She blasted Sweet Caroline on her phone, wielding the broom like a mic, swaying, "Sweet Caroline, ba, ba, ba," until it swiped the vase. Crash. It shattered, and Lena screamed, "Oh no, I just trashed America's heritage." Kneeling to pick up pieces, face flaming, a family photo tumbled from a nearby shelf. She grabbed it, eyeing the guy in it, handsome in that "I know I'm hot, but I'm busy" way, and quipped, "Wow, this dude's got to be a Hollywood star living here." Mrs. Wilkins walked in chuckling, "That's Ethan, my son." "Gorgeous, but cold as stone, honey." Lena nodded, clueless she'd just broken into a millionaire's home. Caught on security cam, belting out her disaster karaoke. Mrs. Wilkins replayed the footage, laughing till she cried, "I haven't had this much fun in a year. Stay for dinner, kid." Lena agreed, unaware her tattered broom and goofy grin had cracked open a story she'd never dreamed of. Ethan Wilkins wasn't the guy you'd want to meet on a bad day, and for him, every day was bad if someone dared to disrupt his airtight schedule. As CEO of a major Boston real estate firm, he lived in a world of tailored suits, black coffee, no sugar, and meetings where his word was law. That day, he decided to surprise his mom after Mrs. Wilkins called, griping, "My house is a mess, Ethan. Come see." He rolled up in his sleek Tesla, unprepared for the disaster, in a bandana waiting inside. Stepping through the door, Ethan heard it, not singing, but shouting, "Sweet Caroline, ba ba ba." He froze, frowning, then spotted Lena Carter mid-living room, wielding a broom like a mic, swaying as if she were at Fenway Park. Her bandana hung crooked, curls dusted with grime, and his mom's prized antique vase lay shattered on the floor. "Who are you?" he roared, voice icy as a Cape Cod winter gust. Lena jumped, dropping the broom, spinning around with wide eyes. I'm cleaning for Mrs. Wilkins?" Ethan stormed forward, gripping his phone like he was about to dial 911. "Cleaning? You're a thief! Who let you in to wreck my house?" Lena, unfazed, planted hands on hips. "Thief? I'm your mom's free maid, you rich jerk. Call security, I dare you. I haven't even had dinner with her yet." Ethan blinked, stunned. No one had called him a jerk since ever. He jabbed a finger at the shards. "Explain this." That vase was worth $5,000. Lena shrugged, cool as ice. I got carried away singing, but you weren't here dusting for her, were you? Mrs. Wilkins breezed in, tea in hand, chuckling. Ethan, relax. She's kept me laughing all day. One busted vase. What's the big deal? I've got a dozen in storage. Ethan gaped at his mom. Are you serious? She's torturing the neighborhood with that voice. Lena fired back. Yeah, I sing bad, but at least I don't let my mom live in a dust pit like you. The air crackled with tension, but Mrs. Wilkins cut in, soothing. Enough, Ethan. She's a gem. Sit, eat dinner with us. Drop the grumpy face. Ethan sat reluctantly, still clutching his phone, glaring at Lena like he could laser through her. But when she plopped a plate of fresh baked bread in front of him, the warm, buttery scent stopped him cold. He took a bite, maintaining his stoic mask, but thought, she's weird, but this bread's damn good. Lena caught his eye, winking. See? I don't bite. Ethan looked away, hiding a tiny smirk, the first crack in his icy shell that day, stirred by a broom-wielding, off-key girl. He told himself, no way. But his eyes kept sneaking back to her, like she was a puzzle he wasn't ready to solve. Ethan Wilkins never imagined sharing his space with a girl who belted Sweet Caroline off-key and smashed his family's antique vase. But as his mom always said, life's got a way of knocking you flat. The morning after their fateful clash, Mrs. Wilkins slipped in the garden chasing a fallen apple, twisting her ankle into a baseball-sized lump. The doctor ordered 2 weeks of rest. No chores, not even brewing tea. Ethan, itching to bolt back to Boston, got pinned by her plea. Stay, son. I need help. And call that sweet Lena girl to pitch in. Ethan sighed but couldn't argue. Mrs. Wilkins had the iron grip of a mom who'd raised him on tough love and apple pie. He dialed Lena, voice clipped. Carter, Mom sprained her ankle. I need you here 2 weeks to care for her. I'll pay. Lena, wiping tables at Bean and Brew, laughed through the speaker. Pay me? Nah, rich boy, but I'll come for good dinners and strong Wi-Fi. Spiritual contract deal? Ethan grumbled. You're so weird, but agreed. Clueless, he just signed up for a serialized disaster. Lena arrived with a tiny suitcase, her busted sneakers, and a cleaning's my mission vibe. But Ethan, desperate to keep Mrs. Wilkins from moping over his still single status, hatched a ridiculous plan. He dragged Lena to the kitchen corner, shoving a scribbled list into her hands. 5 things to make Mom happy. Hug me in front of her at least once. Call me handsome when she asks. Fake remembering our imaginary anniversary. Smile at me like it's real. Don't burn the house down. This one's critical. Lena read it, cackling. Are you delusional? I'm not a Hollywood actress. Ethan glared. Do it, or I'll ship you back to your coffee shop. The next days were a laugh or cry mess. Lena's first dinner attempt, a beef stew, went rogue when she forgot to turn off the stove, filling the house with smoke. Ethan rushed in, coughing. Are you torching my house? Lena, face smudged with soot, waved her hands. Sorry, but you've got to praise it. Your list says so. With Mrs. Wilkins giggling from her chair, Ethan muttered, Fine, it's very creative. She clapped. See? You two are perfect together. Then there was the time Ethan left his vest in the washer, and Lena helped by tossing in candy-scented fabric softener. He wore it to a Zoom meeting, and his team sniffed. Boss, why do you smell like a kid's birthday? Ethan flushed, muttering, Carter, I'll strangle you. But when Lena hugged him in front of Mrs. Wilkins, per the list, her shaky hands brushed his back, and he didn't pull away. His heart raced, and he told himself, just acting. One night after Mrs. Wilkins dozed off, Lena sat in the kitchen under the golden light, talking about Grandma May. She said cleaning a house cleans someone's sadness too. Ethan, there for water, lingered. He tapped the table, then said, Mom loved cleaning. Before she got tired. Lena looked at him, smiling softly. You're like her. You just don't know it. Ethan turned away, but for the first time, she wasn't just that weird girl. She was a light slipping through the dust in his soul. Love, like the golden kitchen light in Mrs. Wilkins' home, could warm away layers of loneliness, but it flickered out fast if no one dared to hold it. After 2 weeks together, Ethan grew accustomed to Lena's laughter, her knack for chaos and fixing it with a smile bright as a Boston autumn. She wasn't that weird girl anymore. She was a breeze stirring his shadowed corners, a star he quietly watched but feared to reach. Yet he was scared. Scared that letting her closer meant losing someone vital again, like his mom had slipped from his dad. It all exploded when Mrs. Wilkins, eyes twinkling, insisted Ethan take Lena to a Boston business gala. "She makes me happy, Ethan. Give her a nice night," she urged. Lena, with nothing but a borrowed green dress from Kayla, walked in, curls loose, eyes gleaming like a summer lake. Ethan stared, heart skipping. She wasn't glamorous like the women he knew, but her beauty made him want to ditch the pretend list. Guess whispered, "Ethan's new girlfriend." He didn't correct them, just rested a hand on her back, wishing it were real. But that glow dimmed fast. Veronica Blake, Ethan's ex-colleague and sharp-smiled partner, sauntered over, wine glass in hand. She scanned Lena, then tripped, splashing red wine across Lena's dress. "Oops, sorry, maid girl," Veronica sneered, her voice cutting through the crowd. "Wine's not for floor scrubbers." Laughter rippled out. Lena stood there, dress soaked, hands trembling like winter leaves. She looked at Ethan, eyes pleading for him to say something, anything to shield her. But he stayed silent, gaze dropping, afraid of losing Veronica's big contract. His silence was a frigid gust, snuffing the tiny flame in Lena's heart. She spun around, fleeing the gala, tears streaming like rain washing away hope. Ethan chased her, shouting into the hazy streetlights. "Lena, wait!" She halted, turning back, voice breaking. "Who am I to you, Ethan? Some floor-scrubbing toy? I thought you'd sweep the dust from my heart, but you just kept it clean for someone else." Her words stabbed him, sharp, yet achingly beautiful. Ethan wanted to yell, "No, you're everything!" But his throat locked, managing only, "I didn't want to lose the deal." Lena's sad smile cut deeper. "Then keep your deal. Don't keep me." She walked off, her small figure fading into the night, leaving Ethan under the rain, clutching the soggy 5 things list in his pocket. His chest ached as if someone had swept away all light. Heading back to her cafe, Lena whispered to herself, "I thought you were my guiding star, but you're just darkness I can't wipe clean." Behind her, Ethan berated himself. "I'm such an idiot." But his feet wouldn't move. Not yet. Back at the mansion, the kitchen light glowed, but it felt hollow without her. Ethan stood there, replaying her words, the way her eyes begged for him to choose her. Not contracts, not pride. He'd spent years building walls, but Lena's broom had brushed them aside, and he'd let her slip through his fingers. The gala crowd's chatter echoed in his mind, Veronica's smirk burning, but none of it mattered now. He sank into a chair, staring at the broom she'd left behind, whispering, "I should have held on." The rain tapped the windows, a rhythm matching his regret, and he knew, deal or no deal, he'd lost the one thing worth keeping. After that rainy night, Lena Carter returned to Bean and Brew like a shadow, her once sunlit smile now a faint smudge. She wiped tables, brewed coffee, but every time she grabbed the broom, memories of the Elm Street house flooded back. Ethan, the star she'd thought would guide her, now just dust she wouldn't touch. Kayla, her best friend, noticed the shift, teasing, "If you're moping over that rich guy, I'm quitting." Lena gave a weak laugh. "Nah, I'm just sad I was dumb." Ethan, in his sleek Boston apartment, fared no better. Surrounded by papers, his eyes kept drifting to the crumpled, damp 5 things list. He missed Lena's off-key Sweet Caroline, her kitchen disasters fixed with a grin, the way she'd looked at him under the kitchen light, like he was her world. Mrs. Wilkins called, voice stern, "Ethan, you made me happy bringing Lena, but now you've made me sad letting her go. You love her, I know it. Don't let dust bury your heart." Her words were a cold splash, cracking the ice he'd built around himself. Ethan didn't write a letter. He sucked at paper confessions. Instead, he grabbed the old broom Lena left at his mom's, drove back to town, and stood outside Bean and Brew during rush hour. Customers buzzed as he walked in, suit rumpled, clutching the broom like treasure. Lena, wiping mugs, looked up, stunned. What are you doing here? Ethan took a shaky breath. I don't know how to sweep, Lena. I can't cook, can't sing Sweet Caroline like you. But I know this. Since you came, you've cleaned every dark corner in me. Not with a broom, but with you. She froze, tears slipping silently. Ethan stepped closer, holding the broom like a confession. I was an idiot to let you go. I was scared of losing you, like Dad lost Mom. But I'm more scared of life without you. You came to clean Mom's house, but you swept my heart clean. Marry me so I can learn to hold a broom with you forever. Lena laughed through her tears, voice choked. You're this clumsy and think you can sweep with me? Mrs. Wilkins, who'd faked another sprain to nudge Ethan, appeared at the door, beaming. I knew it. You two were born to light up each other's homes. Lena met Ethan's gaze, then pulled him into a tight hug. Fine, but you're washing mugs too. Ethan grinned, his first real smile, and kissed her right there in the cafe. It wasn't perfect, no Hollywood drama, but it melted every heart in Bean and Brew. Kayla shouted, I'm quitting for real, then clapped with the crowd. Under the afternoon sun streaming through the windows, Ethan whispered, You're the star I didn't dare reach, but now I'll hold you forever. Lena replied, Then start sweeping, my star. The broom stood propped against the counter, a silent witness to their chaos turned love. Around them, coffee steamed, customers cheered, and for once, Ethan didn't care about schedules or contracts, just the girl who'd swept away his dust and made his world shine. Lena and Ethan's wedding didn't unfold in a five-star Boston hotel or Grand Cathedral. It happened in Mrs. Wilkins' backyard, under a neatly trimmed apple tree. Lena wore a simple dress borrowed from Kayla, adorned with tiny orchids by Mrs. Wilkins, looking like autumn sunshine stepped from a dream. Ethan, ditching his usual suit for a rolled-up white shirt, stood there with a shy grin he'd never shown anyone. Mrs. Wilkins, clutching a self-written poem, read aloud, Love's like a broom, sweeping dust to leave light behind. The crowd clapped, but Ethan whispered to Lena, Mom's so corny, sparking her laugh. During the cake cutting, Ethan fumbled, dropping the wedding ring into Kayla's coffee. Guests roared as he fished it out, hands smeared with frosting. Lena teased, You're a disaster. Lucky I love you. He winked, A disaster with you to clean it up. They kissed amid cheers, and Mrs. Wilkins shouted, Now I've got grandkids to sweep floors with, making them blush. Post-wedding, Lena spun their story into an idea. With Ethan's financial backing, she launched Home and Heart, free house cleaning for lonely seniors in town. At the opening, Ethan stood by her, announcing, She cleans homes for free. I pay with a lifetime of love. Lena hugged him from behind, whispering, Just don't burn the house down. The project took off, bringing smiles to dusty homes like Mrs. Wilkins once was. The final scene unfolded one morning in their little home. Ethan, now able to brew coffee without spills, set a mug before Lena. She, broom in hand, slipped behind him, murmuring, Today we've got 3 floors to sweep and 1 heart to love. He turned, too, kissing her cheek. I'll sweep. You just love me. They laughed, sunlight streaming through the window onto the old broom propped in the corner, the relic of their first meeting. From afar, Mrs. Wilkins muttered, Life's worth living. And Lena knew, no matter how much dust life threw, with Ethan beside her, everything would sparkle like a perfect movie. This dust-sweeping love story's wrapped. But what about your heart? Soul and Love Stories fans, hit like if Ethan and Lena melted you. Share to spread this sweet romance and drop a sweet in the comments to keep the feels alive with us. Subscribe now. Don't miss more heart-touching tales. Every sub's a warm hug from us to you. Rain or shine, we wish you joy, health, and someone to sweep away your loneliness. What moment stole your heart? Comment below. Let's dust off sadness and love together.